So, welcome back to another episode. On today's episode, I have my husband Johnny here, and we're going to be talking about RPGs that we missed in 2019.
In 2019, because first of all, I gotta say, that was so funny to be introduced on the show. I love it because I always introduce Kim. Welcome back to another Kim. Welcome back to another Johnny, which was fun.
My wife.
Yeah, my husband. So fun to do the role reversal there. I enjoyed that quite a bit. But yes, back in early January, we wanted to talk about all of these games, and then a lot of stuff happened. The world happened and all that. But we're back, and we're going to talk about 5 RPGs. Actually, one of them isn't. One of them is an action game that I've snuck in, that I played, and I never got a chance to talk about. There's 4 others that are RPGs that Kim played quite a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a lot, and she was always playing these games, and that we wanted to come and talk about. And some big games is in here as well that we never kind of got a chance to give a final rating on.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with the first game by Xseed, and that is Hero Land. And you were playing this all the time at one point, and I was like, what are your thoughts on this game? What is it really all about?
Well, you start off that you come into this island, and you train to be a tour guide. And so what you do is you take a bunch of characters on these tours to do like dungeons where you fight monsters and things like that.
Right.
So that's basically the premise, is that this entire island is for you to fight in dungeons and gain money and buy items. There's some undertone to it where something dark is happening in the island.
Right, you don't want to give any spoilers.
But we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
I really like the artwork.
Oh, the art style is really cool. It's like...
It's different.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like sprite-based art, but pushed into pseudo 3D for the combat. It's turn-based combat.
It is, yeah.
The music is kind of okay. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. There's a lot to do in the game, that's for sure. But it is one of those things. It is a dungeon crawler. So you're going to do dungeon after dungeon. So if you're into those style of games, you're really going to
grind.
If you like the grind,
you will like this game.
Absolutely. And me and Kim both like the grind. Now, next up is a game that Kim played. Oh my God. How many hours do you think you put into this one?
Way too many.
Way too many.
I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah. And we really want to talk about this, is that there was a certain game that came out in the end of 2019 that caused a bit of controversy, and that is Pokemon Sword and Shield here by Nintendo. And wow, this game, I was hyped at, and we always kind of classify ourselves as like Pokemon noobs. We played a little bit and stuff like that. Dabbled a little bit
in the Pokemon.
Yeah, and then this is the first one where Kim went all the way through.
Yes.
I was on the couch. I was quite sick, and I was just watching you play it at the time, and it was really cool. What do you like about this game? What do you want to talk about?
I like that it's open world.
Yeah.
I really like that concept. In this game, there's a lot of new Pokemon that you can collect.
Yes.
So the addiction is real. We always like the addiction.
Yeah.
So I honestly would just spend hours in fields collecting new Pokemon. And I love that type of style. I really do.
Yeah.
The storyline is cute. I mean, it's your character meeting up with your friend, and you want to train to become,
the best Pokemon trainers in the world.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
And to get to there, you have to go through scenarios and different type of other trainers that you have to beat.
And gyms and stuff like that.
And things like that. I mean, at one point, I'm like, I'll just go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever just go for it.
Well, why is that? You just kind of were your current level and Pokemon, you're like, let's go and...
Yeah, I mean, I came to this one part that I was just like, I'm just going to go straight to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of leveling up my Pokemon.
Right.
Just go straight to the gym. No, I got annihilated. And then all my money is gone.
Oh, no, my God. Oh, my...
I was so they want you to definitely grind.
Yes. I really like the world setting of this one. Yes. I really think it's really beautiful and all of that.
It's definitely beautiful, colorful,
and
happy.
Yes, and happy. It's pretty upbeat and all of that kind of stuff. But we came to a very interesting conclusion when Kim had finished the game that we're not being negative here, but we don't think the Pokemon games are for us going forward. And why do you think that is?
I think, again, it's just the repetitiveness of it all.
Yeah.
That was probably my only thing. You go through a town, and then you'd go to fight other people, and then once you were done, you don't go back to fight them or anything.
You kind of just keep going forward.
Yeah, you just keep going forward, and that's basically the premise.
And here's the thing that we want to say is that it's Pokemon. This is what you do, and a lot of people just love that. They love the familiarity of this series,
totally.
So they'll play it over and over and over again, and they love that stuff. But for me and Kim, we're like, yeah, that was fun. We enjoyed it.
The story was good.
The story was good and all that. But I don't know if we'll be the next big one in the series that will come out maybe later on in the Nintendo Switch. If we're gonna be like, yeah, day one. I don't know if we will be there day one the same way. It was a bit of an experiment.
It was an experiment. It was something that I don't usually play.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I did.
Yeah. I really like some of the big battles were really crazy, and running around in the world on the bike was kind of fun.
Yeah, the bike was pretty cool.
I like that. And the shops and stuff. And customizing your character, like Kim had the coolest looking character. We were looking at the character today because we were capturing footage, and I'm like, oh my god, you're like an S&M style of character. Like it's a
hardcore.
Yeah, you have all this like leather on and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. All right, so moving on. Here's where I do the combo breaker and talk about a game that is not an RPG. I'm sneaking this in here, a game that I missed, and I picked it up on PS4. I downloaded it. I was like, oh, this looks really interesting, and that is Blazing Chrome. And I started to play this game, and I know you don't know. One of my favorite old games is like a game called Contra on the NES, and it's kind of a run and gun shooting style of game. And this game is that and then some. It's so wonderfully done. It so harkens back to the old Contra style of games.
Oh, that's nice.
And there's been so many of these games over the years, but it's so nice to see the sprites, the enemies on the screen, monsters and all, robots that you fight, and you're just gunning it and jumping and rolling out of the way and getting power-ups and stuff like that. I really appreciated this, and I would sit and play this on a night. And it's one of those games you can just pick up and play, and you can choose where you want to go throughout the level. And so I had to come in and say something about it. And then here's the funny thing. I downloaded the game and I forgot that I ordered it from Limited Run. So that showed up. And I was like, cool, I got a physical copy of a game that I really like. And God, I really chose well with playing this game because it's so my style of old school game. So.
And you know how you love those old school games.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. This is all a sham.
It's just a paper cutout.
Yeah, I bet it's all being pushing and tearing apart.
Could you imagine?
The Earthbound is just tearing, so it's all paper back in. That'd be absolutely amazing.
It's green screened.
Speaking of reality, we had to talk about this game that Kim was playing, and that is Alliance Alive.
Yes.
Right here. This is an interesting game, and I'm going to open up the special edition because I want to have a look at it, actually.
An unboxing.
Yeah, and well, as you've talked about it, what is this game all about?
So with this game, Alliance Alive, it starts off with the introduction that demons rule the world.
Right.
Over people.
Right.
And that for 1,000 years, nobody has seen a blue sky. Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
The idea of that?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel that way with Vancouver weather.
I'm
just saying.
Because it's raining all the time.
It rains all the time here.
We haven't seen blue sky in 20 years.
It's like, what is this?
That's why we're so pale around here.
It is always so that way. So it starts off that the storyline. So you're just trying to almost fight these demons, trying to gain back the world civilization in a way.
Right.
And I don't know. I like the design of it.
Yes.
I really did. I like the character look of it. It kind of reminded me of Bravely Default a bit.
Yeah, that's a good example. Really good example.
I did, yeah. So you start off with your friend and you go out into the world and you just start fighting, and the monster battle is turn-based.
Yes.
But I've realized as I'm fighting these monsters that you don't gain levels.
Traditionally.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more you gain your HP and your SP and skill points.
Right, and then you can use those skill points to get different abilities. So that's kind of how you level up in the game. That's what I noticed when you were playing it.
I don't know, I was kind of thrown off by it, because I like to see the numbers go up.
Yeah, I'm level 18 or something. It's
And the one thing also, the music, I just wish the music had a better transition, because when you're walking around the world, it leads into battle.
Right.
And I don't know, for some reason, whenever I think of battle, there should be a battle music.
Right, so are you talking like when you're walking around the land and also you get into battle, it's still the land music?
It's still land music.
Oh, so it doesn't go dun 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 or something like that. That's interesting, because it's been a while since you played this.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're going to talk about this game. I gotta say, I do like the SD kind of super deformed characters of it all.
Yes.
I think they look really
Character
cute.
design is really cool.
Yeah,
I do like it.
Like here, let's have a look at some of the stuff in the art book. So there's like some of the characters right here that they're drawn from, and I think it's a really nice little style.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute game. It comes with the soundtrack here
There we go.
for anybody who's interested. And here's the game itself right here. So kind of a fascinating little RPG experience. I do like the world running around. It is simple.
It's simple. A good point of it, is that you can speed up battle.
Oh, that's always handy.
I like
That's always handy. But you can tell it's a budget RPG. I think a lot of these are budget RPGs. Now, going into Kim's final game that she was playing, I can do the unboxing for you here. I'll be your Vanna White as we have a look at all this stuff. So what do you think
of you just trashing the place
Hey, I got a coin here.
Oh.
Got a coin here. So what is this game? Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers.
Yeah. I was, like, when it started up, I thought it was very interesting, the style.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard again, just because it was more Americanized.
Right. It has that kind of hybrid style.
It reminded me of Wreck-It Ralph.
Right.
That type of style.
Yeah, no, the characters and how they look. It
very
has
cutesy,
that kind of
chubby cheeks.
Yeah, exactly that style, 100%.
And so, like, the way how it starts off is you're in your house and you're talking to your mom, and she tells you, hey, I want you to go deliver a package to your grandmother. And that's how, like, the world will start.
Yeah.
But as I'm exploring the house, I noticed the TV was over off on the side.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll get something if I click on the TV. But then also, I'm transported into the TV.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty interesting, because right away it kind of teached you what the battle would be like.
Right, the battle system?
Yeah, the battle system of it all.
Yeah.
Which was fine. At first I was like, is this the game now?
Oh, right.
But it wasn't. Like, it was just you were part of the movie and you kind of learned at that first
the
bit.
tutorial.
It's like a tutorial, yeah. And then you jump back out and you travel through the world. I mean, it wasn't really my style of game, but I did enjoy the idea of it behind of it.
Right. Are you complaining at one point about the camera? That was the only thing
The
you said.
camera was really quick.
Right.
Like, I find, like, when I was trying to go forward and I was just off by a bit and I couldn't really tell because the camera was off. And so the camera was just too speedy. It was too touchy.
Oh, interesting.
If that makes sense.
I wonder if there's a way to
Maybe
change
to slow down the
to
camera.
slow down that and all that. For me, looking at it, I really like the robot design. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, later on you meet a character called Isaac.
Yeah.
That a robot that your father created, and he's actually there to protect you. So some things happen in the game that I don't want to spoil too much as to why we meet Isaac.
Yeah.
But he becomes your partner.
Right.
And his design was pretty cool.
I like that. Yeah, he's like right here going on, right in the front here. So yeah, the artwork is really cool.
It's different.
It is.
That's what it is. It's different from what we're used to.
Yeah, and I'm always applauding different games and what they're trying to do, and sometimes they gamble and it fails, and doing a style like this, I can see on paper how it would work and all that, but sometimes the graphical look, when it came together, was like, it's a bit of a budget title style of game, but interesting, the level of design they put in there and all that. And what do you think of the music and stuff like that?
It was a little bit all over the place.
In what way?
I don't know, there was times where I thought it was very suitable for what was happening, but other times I was kind of like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are we listening to this? But one thing I did like about it was when I went back home, and I was talking to another robot, she helped me change my character's outfits. I don't know, I always like changing character outfits. I think it's fun, so I chose this gothic.
Every single game.
I chose this gothic Lolita outfit.
Every game, it's Pokemon. It's like this S&M character. We have this gothic Lolita character.
It was cute.
Too funny.
It was cute.
Too funny.
The battle is also turn-based.
Yeah.
So there's that, and leveling up is pretty straightforward and simple. Like, within 2 hours, I got to level 5.
Right.
So, I don't know.
How was the combat? You enjoy it?
The combat was actually kind of enjoyable. I'll admit that
cool.
one. Yeah, I did like it.
Right.
I like the animation that went with it.
Would you recommend this game?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember what you said last night, to younger players.
Sorry, to a younger audience, yes.
To a younger audience. That's kind of
yeah,
to a younger audience. Like, look at this. Here's a CD soundtrack, and like, I just love the characters on there. Looks so kind of cool, and yeah, the mecha design is really great here as well. little fun, a little simplistic.
It's different.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So, out of all these games, like, what were you thinking? Like, any final words? Anything you want to say? Like,
definitely give them a try. I mean, some of these ideas are different from what I'm used to. I think what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like to keep going on with Hero Land. I like to see what's happening in that world and like what the story behind it all is.
And Alliance Alive is really is not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad little game.
It's a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, yeah. It's simplistic, but in its simplicity, I think there's some kind of charm there.
Yeah.
And the one game that's not an RPG.
We had to talk about it.
Blazing Chrome is a must-buy game for Contra fans.
Yeah.
It is so good. I bought it twice. I liked it so much. And Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think, is really good for people who are really up to date with the past games.
I was gonna say.
And all that. They're really gonna get a little bit more out of it than say we did. I think we enjoyed it, but as I say, we're probably pretty done with this series for a little while.
I'm happy I finished it, to be honest.
Yeah.
From start to finish, I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games that we had to experience it, and we did, and we're like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we'll take a long break, and who knows, it'll be 5 years before the next one comes out. Baloney, there'll be one in another year. I swear to God.
Is he calling it?
Who knows what it's going to be? Yeah, they'll probably call it something like Pokemon Axe and Spear. Some ridiculous name like that. Expect that next year, for sure. So, guys, we just want to come in and talk about some RPGs and one action game that we haven't talked about yet. And we were really looking forward to coming in and highlighting them a little bit on the show, for sure. So, anyways, guys, until next time.